Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. I'm your host. Welcome to my channel. This is your host, ESV Chamaka Gracious. Oh my god. If today is the first time you're coming across this video, kindly sit, relax. You're in the right place, the right channel to what this is your real estate consulting. So kindly subscribe to my channel, like, comment and share this video to numerous of your friends. This is that channel you'll be looking for, where you're going to learn a lot of things relating to real estate consultants. And don't forget, I'm your host, ESD Chamaka. So I will say to you, you are highly welcome. Sit, relax and learn. Okay, let's go for today. I actually want to emphasize on this same issue because I'm speaking on what happened to me on my visitation to one of my management property. Yes, and this same issue, I've talked about it. If you'll be following me, if you're new here, if this is your first time, kindly watch all my videos so that you will learn from all I've been saying and understand where I'm coming from. So I'm going to be taking the topic today, maintenances, and inside the maintenances I'm going to be splitting it, the landlord responsibility and the tenant responsibility. I have said this severally. There are landlord responsibility, there are landlord obligation, there are tenant obligation, there are tenant responsibility or duties to do when living in a rented apartment. Yes, now let's dive into the topic. The issue here is some of the tenants don't know that some maintenance they do is their responsibility. It is maybe when they're moving out, they start having issue that, oh, I did this and I did that. Okay, I'm going to send in a scenario for you here. If you are living in a rented apartment, if you're living in a house that is not your own, rented apartment, that's where you're paying rent. Good. Now you're living in a rented apartment. Before you move into that house, there is what we call condition or inventory before taking possession. And when you are doing this inventory, I personally am using my own practice, for instance, because I'm not going to speak out others, but I'm speaking from professional view. I'm speaking from a trained and licensed view here. I'm speaking from experience because I'm a property manager. I'm a property manager in many properties, facility manager. However, now before you take possession in my properties, there is what I call inventory of condition before possession. This inventory, I take notes of everything in that house, the fittings. Yes, the fittings in that apartment. And I don't just take the notes, I detail them and they are all documented. Before you take possession of any of my managing property, I and you will go to that same house before you take possession, because that is after the inventory that I properly hand over to you. Yes, and you will have a copy and I will have a copy. You are going to take everything, you signed it, and we give you a copy and hold a copy. When you're moving out of that same property, we are also going to come back with that same form. Remember, you already signed it before you moved. You have your copy, we have our copy, soft and hard copy. When you're about moving out of that house, we're going to come back with that same copy in detailing, oh, the ties was here, there was no ties here, this was here, the gang socket, the switches, a lot of details of the fittings in the accommodation. We're going to come back to it and we're going to take detailing of what is there and what is no longer there again. And in doing this, you are also going to be there. You will be able to ascertain that, oh, this is there and this was not there. Because this is not a rocket science. It's not a difficult task. So by the time you both take notice of what is in the house and how far you have can now detail what and what is in the house, what is no longer in the house. You'll be able to understand if truly the property manager has cheated you, if truly you are also the one cheating. You know, this is what I want to clarify you. So this is very necessary in this practice. And you know how we do it in this place. Like I said to my new subscriber, thank you very much for always following up this channel, for always supporting. Please share this video to your lovely ones, to your family and friends. Let them learn about real estate consulting. And don't forget, I'm your host, ESG Chamaka Grisha. And you know what we do here? We learn, we relearn, and we unlearn. There are certain things we learn new. There are things we've learned before and it's no longer in existence. We have to unlearn them. And there are things we have learned and we forgot. We have to relearn them in order for us to become a good person. So thank you for staying. So you know how I do it. I'll not go without saying I love you guys.